and is only wait a minute. I I am not great at picking out equipment for the budget I am on, $50 to $100. If you could just give some good suggestions, such as what's a good handheld, mobile or base, the podcast has been very helpful. I just started listening a couple of days ago. It is teaching me great new things as a new ham radio operator. Thank you for what you're doing. Maybe one day I will talk to you on the air. This has been KJ4QZF signing off. Well, Walter, thank you very much, and it's always great to hear from the new guys, the really new guys, because they are the most enthusiastic, and the ones that feel this program are helping them the most. And it's really good to hear from y'all. And I invite every new ham to get in touch with me in one way or the other. As far as budget priced equipment, in that kind of price range, even getting on VHF is going to be tricky, but not impossible. I would be watching some of the ads on eBay and other places like that, going to Hamfest, talking to people. You may be able to get your hands on a used handheld for that kind of price, and there's always deals to be had out there on one kind of equipment or the other. On one kind of equipment or the other. So just hang in there. Something will come along. I mean, if all else fails, you can learn how to build your own rigs. Stranger things have happened. Somebody go pick up that Ustreamer on the other one. All right. So, last but not least, in the feedback department, and this is the resonant frequency feedback, it's not for the other show. This one comes from John. No call sign. Two comments. The music was fine, bar the Christmas stuff. Well, it was Christmas time and we had to have Christmas music. Do keep commenting on D-Rats and D-Star, etc. I did some experimenting early on with D-Rats and a pair of ICOM 2200Hs. It was impressive even then. D-Star take up is slow in Ireland, and I really don't see it taking hold. Well, yeah, but the thing about D-Star is, I was having this discussion with my father not too long ago, y'all. And the thing about it is, D-Star is one of those new things. It's one of those brand new things that is going to take some time to take hold. You know, who ever would have thought APRS would take hold? I never thought it would last more than a few years. Who thought that Pactor would take hold? And in the case of the discussion with my father, there were people that thought that phone on HF was not going to take hold. And then they thought that sideband was never going to displace AM and all this other stuff. So just because something comes along slowly, it doesn't mean that it eventually won't be a big part of the hobby. Look at things that were embraced that have fallen by the wayside. Pactor 1 is pretty much a thing of the past. Amtor, some of the other digital modes from HF, gone. But then again, in a few years they'll come back because there's stuff that people didn't care for, like Hellschreiber, which is making a big comeback. So you really don't know, and the best thing I can offer is, just keep up with what's going on with it and see what happens. I know there's plenty of D-Star repeaters starting to go online over there. So, with that pretty much covers our email. And unfortunately for the guys in the chat room, they're going to have to suffer through this because this is Resonant Frequency Live and not Linux in the Ham Shack. So, we're going to have to do our spiel or talk about a few things. One of the things I do want to talk about is for those of y'all that have been following me on Resonant Frequency through the D-Rats experiment, the playing with the D-Rats, getting it set up, doing the D-Star, and that's kind of what he was talking about in that last email. We do have a reflector online here at KB5JBV. Now, it's up and down. I can give you all the address, and I will give it to you. But please remember that it's up and down. We're still testing. We're still experimenting. When it is up, it's hooked into the main reflector over at Dan's, KK7DS's home, who is the guy who writes D-Rats. And there are a lot of stations on there, and I think y'all should probably go check it out. So, first of all, y'all write this down. This is going the way to get the URL for it is doggone it, kb5jbv.ham-radio-op.net. Yeah, I think that's it. ham-radio-op.net. The port will be 9000. Port 9000. Now, since you got that wrote down, you'll have to get into D-Rats, and we'll talk more about that in the regular episode about how to get that set up and stuff. For those of y'all who want to go ahead and give it a shot, there's plenty of information over at D-Rats website. That's D-Rats. Anyway, I'll get it for you in a minute. There's plenty of information over at the D-Rats website on how to plug into this thing, how to check it out. Right now, we don't have an on-air port, so you will see the information on getting on Dan's reflector, so you may want to give that a try too. All that information is available over at the D-Rats website. Now, as far as music on this particular episode, it may or may not happen. We'll see. We are past that time of year when we have asked y'all to hit Amazon.com and check things out, and the folks next door are playing with their car alarm again. So y'all bear with me just a minute. And we had a great response on Amazon. Y'all keep it up. But we are starting to come up on server time, so we're starting to worry about that a little bit. Please make those cash donations. Go over there, click the link, make them. Let us get that server fee